Well, good morning, everybody. We're back out here. This is the day after Christmas.
It's Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead, and it's cold.
It's cold again. It was 29 this morning.
It's warmed up to maybe 32.
It's in the mid-30s, but the sun's shining and the wind quit blowing. So
And this is the side we got to start on, so the sun's hitting us, and that's pretty awesome.
as long as the wind ain't blowing. But I came out here on Christmas Day. Y'all know me. I can't sit still. And I went ahead and put some of the trim on the outside so that we could go ahead and be putting the roof up when we got a chance. And today's a pretty day.
So what kind of trim is it?
What's
it called?
It's called eave drip trim. It goes, it caps off the sidewalls, and then when the roof goes over it, it just creates a nice look. You don't have to have it, but I always put it on.
And it is the charcoal color.
Yeah, it's charcoal.
The walls are the light stone. The trim is going to be charcoal, and
the roof is charcoal.
it's almost break time, or it probably is.
It's break time. We're getting started late. I had to move hay.
I had to go to the greenhouse and pick a few things, and so we wanted it to warm up. This still had ice on it, so we really didn't want to have to handle it that cold. And yes, I have gloves on, so really good thick gloves today, because I don't want to cut my hands on metal.
Yeah, we've had a busy morning. We cut up deer meat this morning. I had to haul off the remains. Wanda worked, like she said, in the greenhouse and different things. And it's melted now, because the sun's got this dark metal's kind of, starting to heat up a little bit.
It's absorbing the sun.
So it's
and I'm absorbing the sun.
I'm sitting here enjoying it right now. Actually, this fixing to have to come off my head. It's done got warm. I'll have to put a regular hat on. But
we're just gonna set the camera up and let you watch us. Hopefully the battery won't die. I've got an extra one, maybe I can catch it. But we're going to let you guys just watch the progression of the metal go up, because there's not much you can say about it.
Not a lot I can say about it. There is a procedure that I use, but it's one of those things that I don't know what you can really say about it. You just have to see it, and I will explain a few things as we go along, I suppose. But
we're starting on this part right here.
Yeah, this is the worst side. And it's the hardest side. So I'm one of these kind of people, let's just do the worst and the hardest first.
Because so you don't dread it.
That way you're already tired if you make it to the other side. So, let's just focus on this one side right now. And let's just see what we can get done here. That's kind of my plan for today. We live in a hurricane zone, and when I install a metal roof, I take that into consideration, because I don't want the metal lapping to where if something happens, the wind can get up underneath it and rip it off of a roof. I'm fortunate. All the years of my construction, I've never lost a roof to a hurricane. And I think it is, is primarily because I do pay attention to those kind of things. Now, metal has to lap a specific way. I know a lot of people would say that this is starting the roof off backwards, but I'm right-handed and I want to be able to screw with my right hand. So we're going to let this be the outside edge of the metal. Now, the other, typically, the metal laps over this, but this is going to be my outside edge where the rake and gable goes down and covers. This side here is the side that laps over. The way our garage is facing, the wind from the hurricanes will be coming in this direction, so my next sheet will actually lap up under this one, and the wind will go over it. If I had it the other way, the wind could come up under it. If I had this end flipped around, then if this ever got to moving a little bit, the wind could cut up under it and start ripping the metal off of it. So it makes it makes it a little easier when you're installing metal by yourself, because what happens is when you pull the next sheet of metal up on the roof, you can actually lift this edge up and flip it up under it, and when this lays back down on it, it does kind of help to hold it in place. But now, one thing I'm not a big advocate of closures. They make these closure strips that goes on the tops of these for the ridge cap and stuff like that. I'm not a big advocate of that, because I like my roof to be able to breathe and the heat to get out. That way the attic doesn't stay quite as hot. So what I do, because we live in a hurricane zone, when wind and rain comes at the speeds that it blows at, it can hit the metal and actually run up a roof. Now, even though I'm running at a 712 pitch here, you got an 80, 90 mile an hour wind or 100 something mile an hour wind, that rain can hit that roof and run right up it, and it can come over without the closure strip. It can come up and come over inside the attic of a building. So what I do is I take the duckbill pliers and I come back and I make a 1/2 inch bend. Now you have to take this in kind of like increments across here, and I'll bend it up like this right here. Now this takes a little time, but that way when the rain hits this here, it will stop and run back down the roof rather than running over into the house. And then when the attic tries to breathe, the heat can still get out from under here. So you just have to take a little time. It makes it putting on a roof a little bit slower, but to me, you know, it's one of them things, I call it a little bit of insurance. Because closure strips eventually will deteriorate, and then they kind of like fall out from under there. And I know a lot of people go, well, it keeps out insects and stuff like this, and let me tell you something about insects and metal. You can put all the closure strips on there you want, but at the bottom, they're gonna go right up under this right here at the bottom. If they're gonna get in there, they're still gonna go in there. So you're not stopping them with closure strips. That's a myth. So don't let that, don't believe that. And be careful when you're bending it, because you can tear it in these corners. That's why you see me taking it in small strides like this.
And this is going to be the top of our metal at the top of the roof.
This is the very top of the roof right here. Yeah. All right. Yep, it would help greatly if you just hold on to that rope. That would help me too.
So you tying it, that way you can still move it.
It looks like I'm good right there.
It ain't going nowhere now, huh?
Nope.
All right. What do you think, Papa?
Well, I think as long as we stay parked right here, we can stand here and we probably won't get wet except for a little bit right where the ridge is. But other than that, the front, like one piece right here, I gotta leave it off because I gotta be able to get to that side right there. Other than that, I'm good to go.
First part?
Yeah, and now the wind is a lot colder right here than it is right here. The sun's hitting right here. Right there is in the shade. It's really a lot colder, probably 10 degrees colder right there than it is right here. All right, we have one piece of metal here that we have to cut. It's a transition type piece of metal where the short roof joins with the high roof. And one sheet of metal actually is on both parts of the roof. So we put this sheet up there and we scribed where the very top of the other metal was right here. And then the other wall, so other roof line come right along the edge of this ridge here. But I moved out 3/4 because the thickness of the metal going up on the wall is 3/4 of an inch. Or actually it's 7/8, but I measured over 3/4. And I bent it up 3/4. This way, if any water happened to get up under here in any way, it would hit this from the top, because this is the top of the metal up here where we've got our lip bent up. The water would run down this right here and continue on down. Now when I bent this one up for the other roof, I could not carry this all the way over to this point right here, because if I do, it would tear it right here and it would leave a hole where water could go down through. So we're gonna not worry with that. We just kind of bent it at an angle across here and letting it, I'm gonna try to, I can put it up just a little bit. Just a very little like that, and then that will give us a little bit of insurance right there. Now, we're going to have ridge cap that's going to cover up all this. We're going to have gable trim that's going to cover up all this. We'll have ridge cap covering up that. So really we're okay. Stuff like this is just extra stuff that I do just as a precaution.
Maybe I can do that, but let's see. I'm glad to keep it stable now for a few minutes, because it'll take me a few minutes to get up there.
All right. Trying to slide off, I gotta stop.
Yeah, hold on. It'll take me a minute.
As long as the wind don't blow. I left my drill motor down yonder. Go to the other end down there. Push it. That's all I need right there. Okay, I come out.
Huh?
I gotta come out. Okay, now I gotta go under this other metal. Push it. Okay.
Now,
Right there. Just need, I'm gonna tie this off. That's all I need. I just gotta get my drill motor.
is it going to stay?
I think it will. Got some down here, I don't know how I'm gonna get to. Have to wrestle with it, I suppose.
Huh?
Suppose I'll just have to wrestle with it. Let's go.
All right. Got it?
Got it. I got screwed in it now.
Can I help move it over?
No. I got to make sure that it's right.
It shouldn't go nowhere.
I just don't want it to fall off. I got to get a measurement up here, and I got to get a measurement down there. Whatever it is, got to keep it the same.